Welcome to John Boy's channel. Yeah. We got Mike, Carnal, or who I'm gonna call you, and Bang Bang. Did I say Mike already? I can't remember. My mind is gone. But look, I'm not gonna take my channel down. I'm just probably gonna just quit because I got my answer today. Yep, gonna have to cancel due to performance problems. West Texas, what's going on? Yeah. Oh, bang bang is inevitable. What it is, I figured it out today. You got these big channels out there, and they don't want to refer anybody anywhere else but their own channel. Because if they refer somebody to this new groundbreaking discovery that I found, then there might be a chance they might not be available when they go live because they happen to be over here watching some real truth that'll sit there and debunk everything they're running with. They're playing, look at this shiny thing, look at that shiny thing, look at this shiny, and I'm sitting there telling you, look at the proof right here. This meteorite's got the same stuff in the skies. This daggum diamond, I mean not diamond, daggum dragon eye. It's got the same stuff in the skies as in this daggum meteorite. All right, the piece of coal, it's got the same thing as in that dragon eye, in that meteorite, and in the sky. All right. And if we look at neutrino pictures, it's got all of it in there too. I got 4 items of physical evidence. Plus, if I want to count the Earth, the mud fossils that we are standing on. But yet, be patient. They will come in time. But you know what? When a big channel's got the capability of telling over 100,000 people to, hey, go check out this groundbreaking research that this guy's trying to figure out, and let's help him figure it out. I can't do it on my own. It's too much. I've already told people, whatever you see, and look, whatever you see me put up here, look at it yourselves, and if you see something, make a video on it. But I'm done. I'm done, man. When I can put up a daggum crummy video of some helicopters going over, and it sits there and does 10 times what some groundbreaking evidence does, something's wrong. Something is wrong, and I'm tired of it. I'm just ridiculous. I mean, you know how many times I've been on my Fogel show? You know how many daggum subscribers I got from that? Zero. I've been on Jeff P's. 0. I've been on WSO, Steve Olson. 0. I've been on. They've used all my work over the years and got themselves views after views. They're getting over 10,000 views off of my footage, and my actual footage only got 120 views. I mean, come on. You see why I'm getting tired of this? I'm just getting tired of putting the real truth out there. This not my truth. This truth I'm seeing sits there and makes it understandable why you're seeing plasma ships, why you're seeing black holes and warp gates. Look at what I saw up in Jackson. I called it a Stargate. I don't know what to call it, but I got it on video. How many views? I don't know. It's under 300 probably. I'm not that, but you would think something that really happened like that and got caught on video. I mean, I've seen lesser stuff sit there and make daggone national news, and I'm like, okay, I'm putting. I just don't get it, and that's why I'm tired of it, y'all. I'm tired of sitting here. I didn't want to keep this to myself, but you know, I put enough out here. People ought to understand it. I'm fixing to go into hibernation. I'm fixing to build another book. And any of y'all that know me know that I made a medieval style book. I sat there and I made all the pages, the leaves, or however you want to call it. But I sat there and I made a leather bound medieval rope bound, rope bound bindings with leather covering, cover. And I embossed it and everything. All right. Well, I'm fixing to do that again, and I'm fixing to write down. I'm fixing to make a history book. Yeah, because I'm tired of YouTube stuff. Sucks. They suppress me so bad for trying to tell the real truth, years ago, and it's still suppressing me. I mean, I got monetized, and they took my monetization away because they didn't like my content, but my content wasn't violating anything, but yet they demonetized me because they wanted to make me do like they wanted to do, and I don't do that. You know, I know I'm griping. I'm uh, I've had it, y'all. I'm tired of doing all this work, and man, y'all just don't know, man. My brain is melted. I mean, it has melted. I mean, I understand how eternity works. I mean, it's crazy. It's the layer stuff. Deb, Deb. I mean, I'm sorry, Kim. How you doing? I'm missing the chat so bad, y'all. And you know what I had on the live stream the other night? I know I named it Star or whatever. I think that was actually Jupiter. Now that I went back and looked at it, I'm like, oh, that's probably because that'd be about where Jupiter and Saturn all of them would be. I'm not giving up, Kim. I'm just gonna stop putting anything out. I don't look. It's so much hassle for me to put a video up because I've got to go through videos and see what I want to delete. I have no way. I've run out of cloud storage. I've run out of I've been out on storage, so I went to cloud. Then I ran out of cloud storage, and I tried downloading it into this laptop, but it don't want to go into here, and I had no other choice but to save what I got and quit making videos. But I keep running across more evidence, and it's coming so fast I can't keep it all together. And if anybody ain't following right behind what I'm doing, I mean, they're gonna get lost too because I got people coming in going, "What exactly are we looking at?" Well, there gum. Did you not read the title of the video? It tells you. I mean, do I have to sit there and tell you now when you get through poo pooing, wipe your butt? I mean, that's the society we live in now. Just a bunch of dumb brain, whatever the experts say. Well, I don't have that young doctorate degrees in geology, but I can tell you I have been looking and observing and collecting rocks since I was 3 years old, okay? I have been reading books, researching geology, looking at everything. I haven't, the only time I believe something to be true is when I finally decide that this is true. I'm not going to a school and having a teacher tell me this is how it is when I can surely see there's other options to that theory because most academics is based on theory. I'm collecting dadgum proof. I've got snapshots of past history somehow. I don't know how, but it's there. I've been showing it on this channel. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I know I used to say that, but I'm past that. I'm past you can't make it up. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm at wit's end. I'm tired of, I got a video up for 2 days of a dragon eye, and it's showing these scenes, and it doesn't get, but the stupid helicopter and get 200 views in like 12 hours. I mean, come on. It's that daggone, I don't know. Is it choppy again? See, I'm tired of this. I got good signal everywhere. Let me try something here. There's no reason for anything to be choppier. I'm telling you, AT&T, they're the best. They are the best. There's nobody. The only way you can complain about AT&T is you got to go to the whatever address store's website and give them 1 star and then leave a remark. That's the only way. They can't tell me who owns it. They can't tell me who's the president, the CEO. Nobody can tell me who I can sue, and yeah, I'm just tired, guys. I'm tired, man. I'm living on top of the evidence. I don't know if anybody saw that community post I put in there. That shows the finest quartz skulls and stuff. But I found that all on this property back when I could see better. Man, I got stuff that's the size of a grain of salt, but it's pure, clear. I don't know if it's silica. I don't know quartz. I don't know. All I know is I'm on some sort of. I'm on an ancient site of some kind. Oh, what am I missing? Bang bang. That ain't how you grow a channel. To grow a channel, you just put a live stream up and stream some old footage. That way you got people watching. I mean, if you only average 50 people because you're not really talking during the live stream, well, that's 50 people an hour. That's 50 hours of watch time. I mean, people get into these numbers and they're worried about their views and their watch time hours and the impression mark. It's not, you know, oh, this thing says no VPN. It stopped. I didn't even know I had it going. Yeah, I had big channels taking my stuff that I already look. They'd already used like 3 other videos or whatever I had, right? And then one day I'm watching this video and my footage is on there that I never, sent him or he never asked. I mean, we talked email and junk, right? And I made a little video. And it wound up in a second video. It was during the Dave Dobbs object thing. All right. He had the second video up. My original video only had like 32 views. And his video had already had over 5,000. I'm like, this is crazy. And when he was doing the video, when he got to the footage he took from me, he says, I don't know where this is from. And the footage showed the weatherman standing in front of the weatherboard and it said Jackson, Tennessee. But he didn't know where it come from. Then that guy cut himself off from me because I proved him to be a liar. I proved him to be who he was, and that's my problem. I'm about truth. I can go back all the way to the beginning of this channel and say I'm the same person that started this thing. Basically, I should have called it a vlog channel because I just, you know. But where I'm at now, I did not intend to get here. I just wound up here, and it unfolded on my channel. All right. I mean, what else can I say? Lori. Let me see if I can read some from this chat. Some people, they just don't want to ever shut up, and they keep on talking, so they don't have any dead air. And they'll just say anything while they're sitting there, what they're doing next. And I don't see how you read comments if you don't ever have any dead air. And they just keep on keeping on. You see what I'm saying? I didn't get to read one comment. But I mean, now I'm finding out that there's Aztec, and Egyptian temples found here in Tennessee. And from my study, and look, I was going to share screen and everything, man. I just said, you know what, screw it. But I will do this. I will do this. It'll let me. Bang, bang, bang. You want to come up? Or Mike? Or whoever. I mean, ask me questions. I don't care. That's what I've been needing. I've been begging people, please, somebody, come on live with me. So you can ask me questions and I can answer them, and maybe we'll help figure this out. Maybe I've never looked at something to have that question in my mind, and that make me click. Or vice versa. That's what I've been about. I've been about all of us learning this, not just me teaching, because I can't teach what I don't even know yet. We got Sharon. All of us learning this, not just me teach, because I can't teach what I don't even know.
I got my camera covered on my.
Hey, you got a tab open in the back.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible, you guys.
What I don't even know.
I got my camera covered on my.
Hey, you got a tab open in the back.
Oh my gosh,
man, there's a big delay here.
I got my camera covered on my. And I had to put my teeth in.
You got a tab open in the back.
I got the sun.
Man, there's a big delay here.
I got my camera covered.
All right. I had to mute that. Hey, you got a tab open in the background that's got YouTube playing, because about 20-second delay. I can't hear you because I got your mic thing. But look, hey, hang on. Get that YouTube app turned off, whatever, because it's playing in the background. It's feedback.
Unmute. Can you hear anything now? Leave studio.
Yeah, it sounds good now.
It was partly my fault. I've never done this either.
Oh. It's how these phones are set up. If you're on a phone or whatever and you click to come to, up here on the panel, it'll sit there and leave YouTube open. So it'll be playing in the background. And
yeah,
but it's fine now.
Yeah, I jumped up there and closed it. I've never done anything like this myself. So, yeah. This is pretty cool, though. I'm on my Chrome notebook. I'm not on my phone.
Yeah, I'm on my Chromebook, too.
Right? Well,
it's old. I don't know what it is.
They like each other then, don't they?
Well, how have you been doing?
Just posted a couple more rock videos just to screw around. I got bright sun this afternoon, but really not much for the clouds or anything. So I'm gonna try to get a sunset tonight. See what happens. But
well, I'll tell you, these blue skies like they are, you can point a camera up there and do a little editing and still catch what's up there.
Oh, yeah. If you go and look at my polished rock. I did what you did with the dragon eye, and
Yeah.
I could see stuff in that rock that I see in the sky. I'm not kidding. I was shining the light. You'd get them opalescent colors right down inside there, and it wasn't a pure crystal. It was just a polished rock that was crystal-like. And I'll tell
Right.
you what, everything in that rock I see in the sky.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, these things I've been calling like a dragon eye. They
Uh-huh.
look like you're saying a brownish stone sitting there, but
Mm-hmm.
they are like some sort of quartz. They're not. I don't know how to explain it. They're
Yep.
like
Quartz.
beehive looking little
Yep.
individual dots. I don't know how to explain it. Reptilian is what it looks like.
Yeah, the artificial intelligence really did take all of nature and turn it into something they could use artificially.
Right. Just like this emergent this experimental injection.
And no,
That is turning people GMO.
I've got a type of cancer that's blood cancer. It's related to a virus. It's something that I was born with.
Well, you
And
know, I leave everything to God. When it's my
yeah,
time to go, it's my time to go. I don't need man trying to prolong my time here because I've
yeah,
had
I
enough.
did. Out of fear, I did do the chemo instead of just kind of taking it under control on my own because I was afraid. And I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, if they was to tell me I quit going to everything after I got rid of my tumors, I still have all the same issues, but
Right.
I had all my teeth pulled up here, and that's how I got the infection in my glands, in my salivary glands, which led to a bunch of tumors that were pressing on my carotid artery. So I finally
Yeah.
went down that route and did the chemo, but I'd never do it again. Man, I thought I was dying. I thought I
Well,
was sick
yeah.
with chemo. I thought I was dying.
Well, they're just experimenting on you,
Oh
man.
yeah, it's
That's how I look at it.
they
Because
found out
look,
mustard
well, look,
gas. They did that, and yeah.
I've got it. I got a screenshot of it, and I can't remember if it was on the coal or the meteorite or which one it was. But I found it's like a staff, and it had two snakes crawling up it, and their heads were at the top, and there was some emblem. I couldn't really make it out. And I was like, I'd like to see a medical emblem and see what that is on the top, because I
Yeah,
guarantee it's the same thing.
the caduceus, yeah, it's definitely it's serpent worship because of copper.
But look, I found that on that piece of coal, or it was the meter.
Well,
But anyhow, I physically can hold that in my hand and see a picture of it, and they're
oh sure,
using it in the medical field. And I know what I've got here
yep,
is on the evil side. Um,
self-replicating. Yes, it's
yeah.
self-replicating bullshit.
So do you understand? Look, this dragon thing I'm talking about is kind of on the Hydra. You know how
Yep,
the Hydra, you can break it down to each individual cell, and each individual cell will either come back together or grow into another Hydra. Well, that's
yes.
how this dragon is. And the
Did you?
feathers on it are really little dragons. And they're
Yeah.
not dragons that's got legs. This is a serpent.
Yep. That's there's a fungus that's called hydra, and it does the same thing. It doesn't need anything to replicate, and yeah, it's pretty intense.
Well, they got a fungus that's attacking locusts and one that does fruit flies that sits there and gets in their brain, and it'll make the locusts act like they're a female, so the males will come and mate and catch the fungus. It's a brain fungus.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
same thing with the fruit flies. It does the same. It makes that fruit fly sit there and act like a
yeah.
female,
I've
and
seen
all.
people with bot flies that come out of their skin.
Uh, oh no, I ain't talking about real. That
Yeah, yeah,
parasites.
yeah. But they're still all related. Parasites
But
are parasites. So yeah, so I'm the only one that figured this out, eh?
I guess I can't get all my old people that used to come in, hang out around. They're kind of just vanished.
Have they?
Yeah.
I don't can't remember how I picked up on you. I really can't because I've got that chemo brain thing. But I remember you started out talking about the woods, what's in the woods, and then moonshining, and I loved
Well,
your rambles. I even posted on YouTube. I thought you were actually going to be gone, and I said, "Well, I loved your rambling moonshine rocks."
man, I got like what over 10 strikes in like 14, 15 months. Man, it
Oh
killed my
boy,
channel.
yeah. I keep trying to get creative and get copyrights, but that's all right. I don't care.
But you know, this is another thing that I was sitting there and I was like, you know, I was trying to figure out. All right, I can't talk about what's really going on.
Right?
You
That's
know,
that's a
I
that's a
go,
fact. I got a whole family that won't listen to me about a damn thing.
yeah. Well, I sat there and I decided, you know what? I can prove geoengineering is going on because I mean, I see them turn off. There'll be a plane 1,500 foot behind another plane, right? And
Yep.
that plane will shut off its smoke. I'm gonna call it smoke.
Yeah.
And the
Then the next
other
one
plane
reviews it,
gets well. Look, the other plane gets to where that one turned it off, and it turns its own.
right?
And I mean, they were low that day. I don't know why. I mean, they were real low to be, you know, doing what they're doing.
Yeah, something to do with
But
atmospheric pressure or something.
well, what happened was I got out here to start proving that, right? And then
Hmm.
I started seeing the stuff in the clouds again. I was like, man, no, because I used to get out here with binoculars years and years ago. And
Right?
I'd watch, you had brown clouds, you had gray clouds, black
Oh,
clouds, white clouds, and blue clouds. And the little tan clouds would go inside the chemtrails and follow those chemtrails like they were highways. And
oh,
I'm like, this is crazy.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I never had a camera good enough to catch it. Well,
Right.
since I got this camera, I was like, all right, I'm going to get out here and catch that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Well, then I caught more than what I thought I'd catch, man. I caught like something eclipsed the sun and caught the sun simulator. And I was like, you got to be kidding. Then I caught a dragon manifest, blow out fire, and turn back into a skull. And
Yeah.
then I started catching this blue dude. He was in like a rowboat one time. And then he was just sitting in the cloud with his finger up like that with a white cube on the end of his finger.
Yeah.
And come,
Just.
what? I know I got talking too much, but
Oh
I
no
got too
no.
much on mine.
But
Nobody
you
talk to
know,
about anything.
I do know where you're coming from when you talk about these things that you see. It's just that yeah, nobody wants to even entertain it because you do sound crazy.
Well, look, I have found. If you saw my circuit board video,
I did.
I
I
found.
watch all your videos, John Boy. I
All
watch
right.
them.
Well, look, my image is in there, and it looks like this. Hang on. I'm gonna get my hair right. My image is in there like this.
Okay. Okay.
And it's not just that video. I
Yeah.
find my image in a lot of these, and I'm like, I even saw it in one of these stones, and I'm like, man, what does this mean?
Yeah.
I
I
mean, it's
believe
tripped me out.
everything mirrors everything.
Oh, yeah, I've caught that. What it looks like to me is you got two, hang on, two orbs that come together like that, and the one
Mhm.
in here is up against it, looking at the one over here that's up against it. I seen that. I got pictures of it.
I have a video where I showed two clouds coming together, two big
Yeah.
puffy white clouds coming together, and I said, "Doesn't that look like the you know what pointing its finger at the you know what?" And I'm not going to say anything because it's just a picture, but it's the same thing. They come
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, yeah, just a mirror image is weird, but I figured out, and it's gonna sound crazy.
Doubt it. Not to me, it won't.
Well, check this out. Like right now is now for us. There's the. I mean, I don't know how to say it. We're always going into the future. There's never a present because the present's the past. By the time you say this is the present, you know
Yeah,
what I
there's
mean?
the
It's
only
just.
here and now. Yeah, here and now.
But we've got this deal, and it's hard to wrap your head around. And I kind of got it a little bit, but think about this. What if what we're seeing now is being seen from all the different perspectives of like an orb? Like you're inside an orb and you can get a camera in every different
Yeah.
section of, you see what I'm saying?
Yep, I do.
And
Plus, I've kind of been stuck on this thing about the cell itself. You know, the
hmm
cell. Yeah, I think it's real important.
Well, it's deeper than that.
Yeah. Well, I know. I get that it's deeper than that, but man, like you said, the
What?
macrocosm, the microcosm, there's so much.
Yeah. I mean, there's no end to it.
Uh-uh.
And then, but this is the crazy thing. All right. You ever tried to understand the dragon eating its tail?
Well, I made that comment the other day about the head of the serpent is division. It's
Mm-hmm.
the separation. So division can't stand. That's why you're continually eating. You devour yourself because division causes that. Yeah.
Well, I've had two different thoughts on it.
Okay. I'm
It's
with
either time keeps falling in on itself, like you're in a
Yeah.
black hole, or if you're eating your tail, you're surely gonna die, ain't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. That's
or would it
principle.
create a new
That
beginning?
system, that serpent system is death. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're eating your tail, you're gonna die. I mean, there's
Yep.
no doubt about it.
That's for sure. That's
But the trick is they're tricking the people of this earth to sit there and believe in, worldly goods and
that's why I say
treasures and yeah.
I have two boys, and one of my boys has two kids, and they're so wrapped up into the world, all of what money can bring. It's sad.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand how you can get trapped up in that, but I never did.
Yeah, me neither. I'm down to earth. I'm like most people that are in this community. I like to be alone, and I love to be in nature. I just love it.
Yeah, that's me.
And then since God graced me with cancer, I got to retire a little bit early. So I'm on my Social Security at a little bit of an early age, and it's enough to sustain me because I have a living partner, and he's quite a bit older than me. I take care of him. So between the two of us, we live comfortable, and I get to do what I want now. I'm happy.
Well, that's a good deal then.
Yeah, it is. It is. This summer, I'm going to spend as much time outdoors as I can. Just enjoy. If we get anything to enjoy, I'm sure we will, but it ain't gonna last long.
No, I don't.
I got a girlfriend I want to do some camping with. So I miss her. She moved away, and we're gonna get together this summer. So
That'd be cool.
yeah,
I got a friend of mine. I hadn't seen him in probably decades, really. I mean, since high school. I mean, I've talked to him, but we ain't really done anything. But he just sent me a text today wondering if he could metal detect on my land, and
yeah.
I've tried it, but I've got like meteorite fragments that are got that will stick to a magnet, but I also got fragments that will stick to metal. So,
Really,
yeah,
already magnetized. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
super. Yeah, there's a theory about some of the meteorites are actually body parts. Also, that's what.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
this in here,
everything gets sucked up, and then everything falls back down, and what's left is left.
this here has got the face of Mars on it somewhere. But this is a big meteorite fragment that I found,
Wow.
and I call it an asteroid because it looks like a chunk of asteroid, man. It's got crust on it, and
Yeah. We have a little tourist attraction that has a meteorite in it. Little waterfall. They got a meteorite that they, you know, part of their little tourist attraction.
yeah, I found all sorts of crazy stuff around here
Yeah.
and elsewhere throughout my. I mean, like when we used to go on vacation. When I'm talking about in the '80s, we'd stop in the mountains. Man, I'm checking out the cliffs and looking at this, and I'm like, these scientists are wrong about how these mountains are formed because I'm looking at it like it can't do like that. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no way.
You already had an insight at a young age then. Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
yeah. At 3 years old, I sat there and I realized who I was. You know what I mean? And I was
Okay.
like, why am I here?
Yeah, sometimes that is why we're dysfunctional in the first place because we don't want to be here.
Well, I'm glad that I asked that question at the age of 3 because I've
Yeah.
been still asking it
Yeah,
for over 50 years now.
pretty awesome. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. I've always been interested in just about all things that are, mythologies, sci-fi. I mean, it's all
all right.
I've been down that road, all of it, cryptos.
Well, let me ask you because I've never studied mythology.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal about the serpent that got his head cut off, and who cut his head off?
Oh,
And
you mean the
the
one that
one that's
Roger?
in Morocco.
Yeah.
It's like, look, it
That's the.
happened. It happened here in America too because there's another big
It's
dragon on top of here, and
it's
that's
funny
why I'm
because
finding this.
it's funny because I guess we have to look back into the way things are mirrored because
Right. That's
everything
what I'm saying.
everything
It's dimensional.
everything was alive but dead, but we can still see it and it did happen, but it symbolizes stuff. I don't really see, like yeah, because that dragon got killed in the real, but it's part of what we live on, so
Right.
everything had
But
to have been so much bigger and we just keep going down,
look at
down, down.
this. It's still alive above us. It's not through dying. That's
Yeah.
why we're seeing it in the sky. And
Yep.
this is how the Hopi and not Hopi, Nasdaq fought. Because I just ran into this in Tennessee. There's Egyptian temples
Yeah,
and
I didn't look at
Nasdaq
that one
stuff.
yet.
But what they said was their belief was, but there was life below. It was past life below and future life above, and that they existed in the present life.
Okay.
You see, and that's kind of what we just said.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's text that Jesus told Mary Magdalene that the whole earth is surrounded by dragons with handlers that their faces change continuously.
And
Isn't
I've
that what we
look,
see in the sky all the time?
well, not only in the sky, I
Yeah.
found it on that piece of coal.
Yep.
I
Yeah, the
found it
matrix type part of the coal and copper, they have quite an intrinsic matrix. So yeah.
really well. I don't know. All I can figure on the coal was
Hmm.
that time period was like instantly destroyed, right? And somehow it got captured in that coal. But then I got to wonder, well, you got all these layers of coal. So does this keep repeating itself? Is that the
Oh,
snake eating its tail? It keeps
yep.
repeating and repeating and repeating.
Yeah, and
And
it
if
will
you're in,
until we stop warring. And it will until we stop
well,
warring.
look, this is what I say. I think if you finally figure out the truth, you can
Mhm.
jump off this crazy train
Oh,
and
we
then
do.
let,
Yeah.
yeah, and then it
Yep,
keeps
we
on
do.
going and going and going for the
For
people
some,
that
it's
can't
yeah.
find it.
For
And
some, that's where they're gonna go, is that never ending story, and we'll get to.
but then that makes you sound like you believe in what, Hinduism?
Yeah, that's something else too.
I know,
You
but it all kind of, if you look at
religion
it,
is religion is just everybody's way of trying to make money. Being a believer in something that's higher above you is worldwide. Is
well, there is
across
a
the globe.
creator,
All across the globe, everybody has their own story of what's
right?
above
And
them.
it all sounds about the same.
Sure does. Sure
I
does.
mean,
Just
I've seen some of that Gnostic text,
yep.
that,
I
and man,
I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I don't. I've been researching this stuff for a very long time. It's not. I never ever want to settle for one story. I do.
well, let me ask you. I know
Yeah.
we're jumping.
Yeah.
What was that dragon or the serpent's name that got his head cut off?
Oh, I don't believe the dragons even have names that I know of. Just the angels that
Well,
did the damage to them. I don't really know if they
what
had.
about serpent? What about serpent? Serpent has a name
Maybe serpents.
because God referenced the serpent, the devil, or the serpent of old, the devil himself.
Yeah.
And I
So
got to
that's
thinking, well, think about this: the serpent of old. Well, does that mean he was there before the
So yeah,
Garden of Eden?
the manifestation of the fallen angels were the serpent. Yeah, that's possible. That the whatever system created this has something to do with something fallen. We kind of get that. So when they say the dragon's cast down, so he fell.
Well, my
But
problem is these people, and I've never look. I'm not a flat earther. I'm not a
No,
round earther. I'm not a
I don't know
domed
what
earther.
nothing is. I can't get out there and look, so I'm not
I'm
going to
going to
say
tell
what it
you
is.
what it is.
Yeah.
What they call the dome or the atmosphere and this, that, and the other, it's just the densest part of the daggum eternity. You know what I mean? It's just
Sure.
the dimensional thing. And yeah, if they did go to the moon, they bought tickets to ride that show up there in that dimension. You see what I'm saying? It was like a board game. Get to the
They bought,
moon.
yep, they bought into the super AI. They gave them the ability to go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the AI is the devil.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
how. Look, that thing operates in the dimensional world, right?
Yep.
And man, once that AI brain got in that dimensional world, all them devils jumped in.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
I don't. Have you ever watched G Willie?
I did watch a couple of them just because recently he popped up on some of the stuff that I've been following, and yeah, but
Well,
isn't he not doing anything right now?
he is, but look, he did one video, and it made so much sense to me. He was watching his webcam, right?
Uh-huh.
And this orb like blew up in the wood line. There's a tree line, and then for a split second, in front of that web camera was an outside view of that web camera.
Oh wow, I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
And
No,
it went into the camera. And what I'm gathering is, and this is how I'm saying it, call me crazy if you want,
that's all
but
right.
that demon that was in the AI was watching itself manifest and come into the camera.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying?
You
That's
know,
how dimensional it is, and people don't
you're
realize
right. If you look at there's some old pictures.
it.
There's some old pictures that I've seen of people being depicted as something to do with a mirror, but it wasn't a mirror. It was something I think you might know what I'm talking about, where they could actually project themselves
Uh-huh.
into that mirror, but not as a reflection in reality or some bullshit.
Right. Well,
So
look, I've got one of these dragon eyes. It's got a 3-dimensional being inside of it.
I know.
You got
That
to
was
turn it
amazing.
just right.
I was kind of getting the willies when I would watch that thing go towards your finger. I was like, holy shit.
Oh man, yeah, and that's another thing I got worried about. I was sitting there. I was experimenting last night. I had a LED light from my phone going and
Uh-huh.
had the stone up against it, and I was trying every different possibility. I was trying to do focal points where I held the stone away from it,
Right.
but I was doing it in front of a mirror too.
Oh,
And I'm like,
jeez. Oh
let's
no.
see what
We
happens.
just talked about mirrors.
But you know what's weird? I got some daggum light spikes that evidently they shot from that stone into the mirror and then back into my eye.
Oh wow.
And then I was like, all right. And then I started looking at the stone, and then I started, because there was one clear, because I'm telling you, it's an eyeball. One side's got the pupil, and the other side's the back of the eye.
Yeah, and don't seem
And
like they like the light because that one when it growled at you, I was like, holy crap.
now that was weird. Check this out. That video, I
Yeah.
had my phone on a tripod and I wasn't touching it. I didn't slow the speed down or anything. It just did what it did. And I think what happened was, like I said, the devil's in our dadgum electronics. And
Oh
when I
yeah,
held, and
absolutely.
that was the first time I ever held that one up in front of a camera. And I think it recognized it was seeing itself.
All right.
Or, what I'm saying? It sounds weird.
No, it doesn't.
But everybody in this world, believe it or not, are fighting the devil.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody
People
is.
no, the devil's not real. Who told you that?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's like when I first jumped on, I forgot that I have my camera covered on my
Oh, that's cool.
laptop. I
Hey,
have it covered. I have it covered.
I
See
got
that?
the same thing. See?
Yep. Yep. I have a little sticker over the top of it with some aluminum foil so that it's off
Yeah,
most time.
I got a daggum piece of duct tape up there, and I just flip it over and shut it when I'm done. Because
Yeah.
I've had my cameras come on without me touching them
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
that's when I found out that they could do that when I started covering mine.
Oh, they can look. They can. The way the the devil works. That front of that phone, that screen you look at, that
Yeah.
is a daggum black scrying mirror, and they can look through that because I've caught an image of the devil in the daggum mirror one time. And
Oh,
I ain't put that up yet either because people ain't ready for
oh.
that.
Yeah,
But he
that's
is green and got
yeah,
snakes coming out of his face, man. It's the craziest thing. And look, it was as real as you're in front of that camera now, but it
yeah.
was him.
Some people can handle seeing that stuff. I think I don't,
Oh,
I
ain't
would hope that I could if I had to,
you got to, because you're stronger than him. You got God backing you, and you ain't got nothing to
Yeah,
worry about. And
yeah,
that's how I've gone through
I do
life.
call on the name of Jesus if I need
Uh
to.
oh.
So far I haven't seen anything pretty creepy, but I know it's there.
I haven't put that up because I just don't want to freak people out.
I hear you. I hear you.
I mean, I freaked my brother out. I didn't mean to, but
Yeah, it's. I know my oldest boy. He told me that he thought he saw a UFO one time. I says, "Well, you saw something." They call them UFOs because you don't know what it is. Uh-oh. Think I lost you, buddy. Devil don't like us no more.
man, y'all, I'm on my tablet now. My daggum computer just shut off. Look, this thing had 100% battery, and I plugged it in before I started this live stream, and for some reason it was all unplugged. It's crazy. Well, Sharon, I appreciate you coming up here. You didn't have to jump off. You could have kept the show going. I did not realize my laptop was going out. So I got 86% on this. Look, this laptop ain't never ran out of. Yeah, we got kicked off, man. My daggum, my tablet, I just got through charging it right earlier this morning. I had 100% battery. I mean, not my tablet, my laptop. And that battery, I usually can go days. I can use it a few hours each day and never run out of battery. Well, I know I plugged it in before I started the live stream. Daggum, if the charger wasn't unplugged out of the laptop and out of the wall, and I ran out of battery, and I had 100%. I don't get it. Yeah, it was nice to meet you too. Yeah, like I said, I ain't gonna shut the channel down. I'm just gonna chill out because man, I got to stop. I might do a few videos if I find some, because I'm gonna be looking in those dragon eyes. Hope I don't start growing scales. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, my battery went dead on this laptop. I don't get it though. I really don't, man. This thing was charged 100%. It's just how my luck goes, I guess. All right, Jackie.
I mean, I just, like I said, I'm just trying to show people what I'm finding. You know, I'm not trying to tell any. I mean, I guarantee you they're dragon eyes, so I guarantee you that. But I'm not trying to tell you how to think. I'm just, well, I don't guess I can guarantee that, but I can because I can find serpents. You got certain patterns, and these patterns are on on every one of them. I mean, it's hard not to. I mean, you can't deny it. I don't guess. I don't know. I just wasn't expecting to have to finish this up on a daggone tablet. I'm not going to terminate my channel. I'm just going to. Is that Brendo? I'm just done for a minute. I'm not. No, I got too much stuff on there to delete. I ain't deleting nothing out. I just got to. If views and stuff don't start going up or people start seeing what's going on, I mean, that's all I'm worried about. I don't want to be the only one and sharing the only ones that sit there and see what life really is about. And it's not about fancy cars and mansions and money and fame. That's why y'all don't see my whole face and stuff. I don't care to show who I am. I'm about truth, and that's what people need to remember. I'm just about truth. That's it. Now, if I find out I was wrong about something, I'm gonna let y'all know. Hey, I was totally wrong about, you know. But other than that, I'm just gonna speak my opinion, and from what I've understood over all these years, I mean, it's like all the pieces are right there, and there's a blurry image. It sure is a whole lot more clearer now than it ever has been, you know. Oh man. But that's, I mean, I don't know what I don't know what else to say, but I mean, I'll keep on talking. I got battery on here. I mean, I don't know how to get a guest up. Oh, maybe I could. Oh, no, we'll just. Another thing, I'm out in the middle of nowhere down here in the woods, and I'm basically shielded from everything because I'm in the center of a crater, which I'm starting to understand now is actually the fangs or whatever, and there's an orb on my property that represents the earth being swallowed up by the serpent or whatever. I'm telling you, whatever's in the sky. That last video I showed y'all that showed the serpent's venom injected into its creator's finger. That tentacle looking thing, those things were serpents over serpents over serpents over serpents to look like that. And anyhow, that's what's, I got a miniature one. The big dragon that's lying across half the United States, I'm on the edge of its throat. So I've got smaller versions of that bigger version because they're within the bigger version. If that makes any sense, it probably don't. Probably does. If y'all, man, I don't know, guys. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Perfecto Productions Reloaded. Hello, hello. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. The channel of truth. So much truth. I've gotten over 14 strikes in my channel's career. And it all started with warning people about propaganda. My first hate speech strike was due to telling people if you tell a lie long enough, it becomes the truth. And the truth is the mortal enemy of the lie. You know, that got me my first strike. So you see what's happened now. You can't say but what the narrative tells you to say. Oh, you remember that one? I'm on string. Buckeye Jim done slipped up in here on me again. Hell, Buckeye, you probably got the same stuff over there where you live at. Because man, today I found where the Indians, well, it was, what were they again? Aztec. But they were wearing these breastplates and they were calling them Gurgots, seashell Gurgots. And I'm like, man, those are dragon eyes. Same patterns in them, same colors. I thought maybe I ought to polish one up, but then I thought it might mess up what's going on inside. But I've got some that are so dark that the light won't shine through them. They got I guess they got more burned on the outside or something. And I thought about maybe polishing them. I might get down there. But I've been collecting these for I don't know how many years now, because I was like, they're flat. They're like coins. They remind me of coins in a way because they're flat like that, right? And I thought, you know what? This would make like a good Indian chief necklace because I got enough of them. I could hang a big one in the center. Actually, I could make about 10 of them and then put all the, I like craft stuff. But now I don't think I'm going to do that because I don't know, man. I think light going through those eyes could do something because I got a picture. If y'all look on my community page, I got a closer up of what did I call it? But anyhow, if you look on the edge of that stone, it looks like daggone, that bright speck that Sharon was talking about that came toward my finger. There's actually snake-headed looking bright spots coming out of the side of that thing. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. Tracy. Oh, you're down. How far down Mississippi? Because I'm right above you. I'm straight up from the daggone Mississippi Alabama line. I'm near Selmer and Pickwick. Yeah, I can't get G Willie to get in touch with me, man. I've tried and tried and tried. I even tried to get 07 Spalding, but I'll give up on him. About to give up on G Willie. And then one of the biggest channels around that could really help sat there and said, have patience. If you're about truth, you don't hold back another channel by saying, hey, just have patience. It'll come to you. You sit there and go and look at that channel and go, oh, he's on to something. Hey, my subscribers, go check out John Boy. That's what you do. But no, you don't want to take that chance. I've seen channels accuse people of stealing subscribers. I'm like, how the hell do you do that? I mean, a subscriber goes wherever they want. You ain't got a leash on them. I ain't worried about subscribers. I just need people to see this truth that I'm running into. I don't know. I've tried. Hey, skies above. Y'all jumping in here. I ain't even seen y'all. Perry, what's going on? But yeah, man, I'm glad Sharon come up because she's really the first person I've been able to really talk to about this. There's nobody else around here. I thought, who do I tell? When I kept running into this stuff, I'm like, who can I talk to? And there's nobody. I mean, God But God already, me and God on like hotline. We're always connected. So he knows. My problem is 4 years ago, I prayed to God, please give me knowledge beyond knowledge. And that has happened. When I was a kid, I was pigeon-toed, and I got tired of my dad getting on to me about, get your feet straight, try to walk. I prayed one night, and like 2 weeks later, I wasn't pigeon-toed. And then when I was like 13 or 13, 14, maybe, I can't remember, I had where my bottom teeth were from my top teeth. I don't know, what do you call that? Underbite, overbite, whichever way. But we went to the orthodontist, and they sat there and did all these x-rays and stuff. And the only thing they could do to fix the problem, now this is the orthodontist, they're going to have to remove 1/4 inch of jawbone on each side of my jaw and wire my mouth shut for like 6 months. I was like, you got to be kidding me. And, I didn't really want to do that, right? So I get home, I sat there, and when I went to bed, I mean, I normally prayed every night, but it was your generic prayer, now lay me down. Well, this night I'm like, hey, God, look, I really need you to do something. I'm like, look, I don't want to go through that. Come on, can you please? I believe you can fix my teeth. And 2 weeks went by. I woke up one morning and my daggone bottom teeth were behind my top teeth. And my parents, they couldn't believe it. They took me to the orthodontist, and they couldn't believe it. They said the only way that could have been fixed was with daggone surgery and cutting out 1/4 inch jawbone on each side. So I know who my God is and what my God can do. And I don't put any faith in man. I don't put any faith in doctors, because they're here to kill you. I don't care what you think. Man can prolong man's life. No, you let God take care of everything, man. You worry about nothing. God has determined how long you'll be here. What picture of the dragon? I need to check it out, Jackie. You know what's weird? Well, I'm trying to go back on the chat. I get to talking. I don't look at the chat, y'all. Well, people shouldn't be afraid. But man, like I was saying, man, these doctors, they're not, especially this day and age, if you can label somebody with having a certain problem, you get an extra so much money. bonus. Everybody's got it. Everybody's got it. I just don't know anymore, y'all. I don't know. It don't matter, bang, bang. You can. I called that number he wrote down on whatever it was he wrote down one time. And I've sent him, I don't know how many texts, and never a response. Then I tried calling one day, and I left a message. I said, this is John Boy looking for G. Willie. Because I wasn't expecting a woman's voice to be on the answer machine. I don't normally really call people, because the last time I went through that, I met a YouTuber, and then, he lived right by me. And they all wound up turning against me, and then he wound up dying. And then the other people I've got phone numbers for, they just like disappeared. I don't know what's happened to everybody. It's like the more truth I put out there, I don't know how to explain it, the more secluded I get. Does that make sense? And I'm not doing it. It's like The more truth I put out there, the further the world's getting away from me. If that makes any sense. I mean, I feel so alone up in here, which I prefer. It's just me and my dog. And then I thought about this. I mean, that's how crazy my mind's been. My dog's sitting there laying in my lap, right? I think she's going on 8 years old. I can't remember now. That's what I'm saying. Time stopped mattering back in 2003. But I was sitting there petting her, and I realized, I go, okay, since I'm seeing all these layers of dimensions, right? All these layers of realities, past, present, or future, whatever it is I'm seeing. And if we keep recycling until we get this crap right, could this dog that's laying in my lap be every dog I've ever had since I've dealt with dogs? You know what I mean? Because I can see a lot of my old dog, my pit bull in her, and I can call her by my old pit bull's name, and she will respond just like I'm calling her by her name. I'm serious. But she'll get a happy look, like, I'm here. Like it is really my old rat dog. Yeah, and Ouija named herself. That's Ouija. Look, this is all I can figure. I talked to Ouija one morning. I go, you know what? And this is exactly how I was talking to my dog. I'm sitting there, petting her, and she's sitting there looking at me. And I go, you know what? I know why you picked me out of the litter. Because she did. She crawled in my arms 3 times. The third time, the guy said she picked you. But what I think happened was the mama dog was, she roamed the neighborhood. Well, it ain't really a neighborhood. This is out in the country, okay? But that dog would travel miles. I'm talking about 10 miles one way, 10 miles back, 20 miles a day. That dog traveled everywhere. But when she was pregnant, she would stop by the end of my driveway, and her name was Mama Dog. I'd go, hey, Mama Dog. And then they had a little brown dog, which was one of her daughters from they were like a team. And they walked everywhere together. And I'd sit there and talk to old Mama Dog, and she'd let me pet her. She was kind of unsociable, but she'd let me pet her. And, when she was done letting you pet her, she'd just walk off kind of deal. But she wound up, she was pregnant. And I don't know if it's crazy or what. Call it voice or call it electrical. But I think Ouija knew of me before she was born while she was in her mother's stomach. And then when that guy that owned the dog come by with all the puppies, she recognized my voice or my energy or whatever. And I mean, that's how I see it. This dog heard me while she was in her mother's womb and knew that she had a chance to have a good life, man, and she has. That dog's, I mean, I ain't saying I spoiled her, but she's spoiled. But I don't feel like I'm spoiling her. I just feel like this dog's had the best life a dog can have. Best of both worlds. Indoors, outdoors, whatever she wants to do. She doesn't do without. I'll buy her food before I have to get me food. I share everything I eat with her. She did get a little fat. And I've been trying to slim her down. I got her about half the weight. My stepmom saw her and goes, man, she's fat. I go, fat? You should have seen that. She's done lost half of it. But now she's even slim. She's gotten to where, all right, when she was a puppy, man, she bit and chewed on me and bit and attacked and shook her head kind of stuff. Just crazy. That's how she got named Ouija. Because she'd attack me and jump off the bed and run across the floor and run back, jump on the bed and attack me and jump off. I've been trying to name her and stuff, and she never would answer to anything. And one day I was like, you're as crazy as something out of a Ouija board. before I could say bored, she'd come running. So I got her on the other side of the room again. I go, Ouija, and she come running to me again. So that's how she got named. So she picked me out of the litter and named herself. Well, I look back and my pit bull, I spoiled him too, but sometimes he got on my nerves real bad. I'd yell at him, but he was just trying to be friendly. But like if I'm working, he's sitting there trying to, get petted. So that's the problem I got with animals, man. They come up to me. I've had a bird land on my shoulder. I've had squirrels come up and sit in my lap. I mean, I've raised squirrels. I've raised possums. I've had wild deer come up to my hand. I mean, I've had owls sitting on my thumb, a screech owl perched on my thumb while I drove down the road or rode down the road. I wasn't driving. I've even stopped and watched a hawk eat a snake on the side of the highway one time. I mean, I got like 4 foot from it. I'm sitting there. I'm like, back then you didn't have cameras. I'm sitting, well, you did, but it was, real film. But I'm sitting there watching this daggum hawk eat that snake. Man, that thing had some talons on it too. Whew. Deb, you got a cat and a horse. That's another. Yeah, I can tell you a story about a horse. Happened years ago, but for some reason, in like a 1 month time, I was helping a friend of mine. He needed me to help him move a washing machine or something. We had to get a trailer at his cousin's house. He's like, well, let me give, I can't, Cheyenne was the name of the horse. Why do I remember that horse's name? That's crazy. But he was over there getting her, I don't know, some sweet feet or something and a little treat things. And I was over there rubbing her forehead, patting her around the cheek, jawline. You know how you do horses. Rubbing her down her nose, patting her on her neck. Just, touching her like a horse should be touched. And the dude said, what are you doing? And I jumped back and I'm like, what? He goes, ain't no man ever been able to touch that horse. I go, why not? And then he told me, man, these 2 guys sat there and tried to get it in a trailer one time. And they were using 2 ropes and they cut into the horse's neck real bad. And he's like, he's never seen that before. That horse only let women mess with him. And that me and that horse made a connection, man. Because when we come back later to drop the trailer back off, they had it out in the pasture. And the daughters had been working the horse or whatever, they were outside, the family was outside. And that horse saw me get out of that car and it come trotting up to the fence. And I walked over there and started petting it and everything. And everybody up there is like just amazed. Then later on, it was like, I don't know, 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, I wound up down in Guys, Tennessee. It's right on the Mississippi border. And these people had horses. Well, I'm sitting there, like I said, I was petting this one horse and then I was petting this other horse. And those people were tripping out too because those 2 horses didn't like men. And that one was named Silver Dollar because it was black and it had a white forehead on it. Why do I remember that horse's name? Crazy. I can remember horses' names and dogs' names, but I can't remember my next door neighbor's name. Oh, Jeffrey. I'm probably missing Chad. My dog. Sunshine. Well, see, that dog knew what was up. That dog's looking out that windshield. Tracy. Yeah, I don't know about Tennessee. I've had Tennessee. I'm not even gonna get into it. Put it this way: I bought a few squad cars. Full coyote. Now, I met a guy one time. He acted like it was a hybrid wolf, but it turned out it was full blooded. It was from the western states. It looked like a collie color. He claimed it was bred with collies. That's why it looked like that. But it had a diamond patch of hair on its tail. And couldn't find it. Somebody said something, and animal control come out and seized his wolf and killed it. And he'd had that thing for years. Man, I couldn't imagine. Goo, black goo. Black goo is the residue from that stuff that's in the sky above us. it's it's neutrino goo. How much y'all want to bet that's what they're colliding inside that daggum CERN? It's some daggum black goo. Because I'm telling you, this stuff in the sky is getting stronger. I mean, it's even showing up in the woods more. That live stream I did in the woods with the campfire, that gum if all the leaves and stuff didn't start looking like skulls. Yeah, animal control. Let me tell you, when I was in third grade, this is how animal control operated. Here we are in the third grade class, right? And there's this stray German Shepherd, wasn't mean or nothing, just a stray German Shepherd that'd been hanging around. And all of us got kind of, it's like the school dog, right? Well, they called animal control out to get the German Shepherd out from underneath the floor. I mean, it was underneath the school under our feet, right? Daggum control. This is in the 70s too. The daggum animal control comes out there with a double barrel shotgun. Gets to the. It was like a grilled open, door access to get underneath the flooring of the school. I don't know. That must have been how the dog got under there. But that dude sits there and goes down with that shotgun and boom blows that dog away underneath our feet while we're in class. Then they drag the bloody dog out and haul it and throw it in the back of the truck. Now, if they did stuff like that nowadays, I mean, that's how I grew up. That's how the 70s were. That was back when Disco Duck was top on the billboard. Isn't that not crazy? The first song I ever remember that was top of the billboards in live time in this reality was Disco Duck. I mean, come on. Yeah. And look, this climate change stuff, it's real. Except for it's not man. I mean, man is doing it, but not like they're saying, man. It's evil men that are doing this geoengineering and all that. The ones that are working with CERN trying to bring this dimension into this reality. Those are the ones changing the climate. I mean, we are having a climate change, and it is man made, but it's man made by these evil efforts, not by industrial pollution and car pollution. I mean, They want to go battery operated everything, and if you do that, there's no way to charge it with the sun. I mean, it's just impossible. What we got here? Trader in the trees. What's going on? I know, man. My dog. What gets me in my pit when we first moved. Well, anyhow, he wandered off one day, and I looked for him for 3 days, and I finally found him. And what he did was, I guess he was fixing to die, and he went to the very first spot he spent the night on this land when we camped out here one time, and he died on the very spot that he slept the first night here. And to me, that was kind of significant. He started here. His first sleep was here on that spot, and his final sleep was here on that spot. So I went and got his dog blanket and a shovel, and I sat there and laid the blanket out and put him on the blanket. And then I dug a hole right where he was laying. And then I wrapped him in that blanket and I put him in that hole exactly like I found him. It was a sad day. Yeah. And that's what I hate about this dog. Me and this dog, she can read my mind. I can sit there and talk to her without saying words. This dog has figured me out, and it's crazy. And that's why I came to the conclusion that every dog I've ever had must be in this one dog for her to know me so good. I mean, it's crazy. But she's getting old, so I've been, instead of letting her have to jump up the stairs and come in the house, I've been picking her up, carrying her. I set it up so she ain't got to get out of the bed. She can just stay up there. I rigged up a table beside the bed that I put her food and water on so she can sit there and not have to jump up, down. But yeah, she's getting old. I'm going to get out here where I got that big old mound in the back of my property. I'm going to dig into that. I'm going to build me a daggone brick pyramid. I'm going to make me a tomb to lay my body in. I always told people, I ain't worried about a funeral. Just stuff me in a 55-gallon drum and kick me off in a ditch in the back road somewhere. That's all I need. I don't need no fancy funeral. But yeah. Oh, the good old days. But no, man, I don't know, man. I'm just to the point, like today. I mean, I picked up a couple pocketfuls of stuff. But after yesterday, today, I thought I was really going to be getting deep into these things and looking at them and seeing what the stories were. But how just one of these daggone dragon eyes got so many different stories, you could spend a week on one. So I thought, I almost went to the top of the hill. I've made videos of me uncovering how I'm trying to explain how the serpents line up, how they kind of twist over each other. I got a video. It kind of looks like a geologist would do. I got the dirt kind of brushed away where you can see the heads of them. But I don't know. But yeah. So I don't know. I guess I can't find a computer to. I need an OBS studio going so I can put together a good video. And I ain't got a computer that I can do it with right now. I can't hardly make anything with my phone anymore. Everything's out of memory, out of memory. Even my brain can't hold anymore. Man, I can't hardly read anymore. The screen is all busted on this daggum tablet. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Just share this stuff out, y'all. Just share it out there. Show it to people. Ask people. I mean, if you got people, I don't know, just say, have you ever seen anything like this? That's how I usually do it. Just put it out. Have you ever seen anything like this? Don't say what you think it is or nothing. That's because when this stuff started popping up and showing up from me, I'm like, man, what is this? So I just, and some of these sky videos I did, I was just kind of mumbling to myself, and people complain about the audio. Well, I wasn't really saying anything important. I'm just trying to, I mean, it's like this. It's like that lump of coal. There is a written language on that coal that everybody can understand. You know what I mean? And it's not with words, it's with images. And images, I mean, think about it. That piece of coal, it's got like the world's history on it. And everybody in the world can read it. It's an all language piece of coal. It's an all language history. And that right there ought to be, I mean, when you've got an item that every country in the world could understand by looking at it, I mean, you got like dragon eyes showing the same thing, ancient times. I mean, come on. That's why I'm like, screw it, man. This ain't worth it anymore. I can't stop. Don't get me wrong. I can't stop. I mean, I've been doing this long before I even come up with this subject. I've been finding these. I mean, I've been finding stuff that look like snake heads for 10 years or better now. And I'm like, that's odd. And then I find another one that'd be a different kind of rock, but the same shape and everything. I'm like, that's odd. I don't have an option like that. Bang, bang. You got to be monetized. I used to be monetized. I don't know why it doesn't show up anymore, but in my description, it used to have my Teespring address. It used to have my PayPal address. It had all that stuff, but I don't ask for anything. But I've had a few people, hell, YouTube still got the $119 they owe me for super chats. They've had that for over 2 years now. They claim I didn't give them the information of the bank. And I'm like, well, how did I get monetized if I didn't give it to you? I mean, come on. It's like a reality jump. Somehow I got monetized, but they can't pay me because they don't have the information to pay me. Well, how did I get monetized? Because you can't get monetized until you give them all the information they need to pay you. None of it makes sense. So I just said, screw it. I'm going to charge interest when I go to collect. I didn't see anything in their terms and agreement about that. Nowhere in there. It probably will now since the AI is listening. Then they get in there and change a little bit of terms and agreements on you. You know, YouTube sits there and changes terms and agreement on you at whim. And you know what makes it to where you give them okay and you never knew you were okaying it? If you didn't see the message they send, they said, we've entered new terms and agreements and blah, blah, blah. And to activate these terms and agreement, you must click on the YouTube. And you don't even know you got that message and you click on the YouTube, you already agreed to their new terms and never knew it. It's the sneakiest stuff I've ever seen. No, I'm just rattling on, ain't I? Money's the root of all evil. Bang bang. I'm on StreamYard, so maybe you can do it on YouTube. I don't know, but YouTube gets like 35% of it. So PayPal only takes like, I think it's a penny on a dollar, maybe. No, it ain't that much. I can't remember. But oh yeah, they will steal the money, Mike. Well, thanks, Deb. Y'all need to share it out too. I don't know what else to do, man. I got a Twitter account that nobody looks at. I've got a Facebook, well, it ain't my real name or nothing. I just got, access to Facebook. Nobody watching that. I've got Rumble, nobody there. I've got Tumblr, nobody there. I've got D Live, nobody there. So, what do you do? I need that daggone desktop though. That's what I need to do. I need to see if I can. I don't know. I'm out of options now. I don't have another tower I use. Well, the reason I started in what was it? Clinton was in office, or was it Reagan? One of the two. But in like 89, well, before 89, they were cutting down on the armed forces, right? And if your separation date came up within a certain whatever, you had to have it. You either had to re-enlist or get out early. Well, I was going to airframe power plant school, so I was going to get out in like September, right? And that power plant school was going to end in August, and I was going to take a month off, to get to my separation date. Well, my date come up, and I either had to get out or re-enlist, and I'm like, well, look, I can't re-enlist because I'm going through this A&P, certification school, and I'm almost done with it. And I want to get out and work for like FedEx or whatever airline at the airport, right? And they wouldn't let me go to my separate. I was like, look, I signed a contract with y'all. Y'all will not let me break this contract with you, but you can break this contract with me. I said, let me please finish out to my separation date so I can complete this school and be done with it all. And they're like, no, you got to get out early or reenlist. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. Because either way, it was screwing me. So I got out early. I'm like, I'm not going to re up for this crap when they can come up and change my contract, but I can't. I mean, if I had to decide at the Air Force, screw y'all, I'm gone, that'd been AWOL charges. You can't break this contract. But they could. And I'm like, okay. I got out right when the computers were coming in, man. That was another reason I didn't want to reenlist. I spent 2 hours after shift doing paperwork because the work tower needed us to write down the work unit codes and all this other crap and hand in a separate form of everything we'd already done, had been filling out so they could enter it in the computer. And that's when I started hating computers, man, in like 1988. The AI is the one that developed the internet, right? Y'all know what the cloud is, right? The cloud is that stuff we're seeing up there in the sky. That's why we're seeing that stuff. That's the cloud. Y'all have heard me on videos say that's where memories and dreams come from. Your imagination's up there too. You want to ride to the moon? Well, for $10 million, we'll set you up for a ride to the moon. And it'll be so lifelike, it could even kill you. But you're not going to any kind of physical moon that's orbiting the Earth. It'll be a dimensional moon. It'll be like going to Disneyland. Yeah. Okay, I'm backing up here. I understand the overload, Brenda. Mine has been an overload. I'm gonna tell you what's weird. You know what them dadgum what I'm calling, the dragon eye I showed, you could see the trees through the background. That's why I did it like that, because I didn't want people thinking, oh, that's just a reflection of the moisture on the front of it. No, you can see through these things. But the way it's shaped, if anybody remembers Land of the Lost and the Slee Stacks, it looks like those eyes. Oh, and if I told y'all where they, oh, no, I ain't got a P.O. box. Bang, bang. What? No, Brenda, I don't. To be honest with you, I have not sent a letter through the mail since 1998. I don't really get mail. I mean, I do. I get junk mail, and I'll let it pile up in my box for a couple months. I don't believe in this whole system here on this crazy ass world. And I think the reason I'm half immune to this internet crap, because all my screens are cracked. And I think the cracked stuff breaks the spell coming through. I don't know. Could be wrong. Could be wrong, but I've not been known to be right ever. What's everybody talking about money for? That's what I don't understand. Man, I'm looking in here, everybody's worried about a P.O. box or super chat button. Yeah, but those sleeve stacks, they had like a, I don't know how to explain it, kind of like a golf ball look to them, you know what I mean? And that's what these Dragon Eyes, except for it's the opposite. Instead of being indentions, they're outdentions, if that makes sense. And it goes all the way through the whole eye, the lens, whatever you want to call it. Oh, baby, I don't need a laptop. I need a desktop. I got a laptop. I need something that I can put OBS on, you know. Because once I figured out OBS, it's like you don't need any kind of movie maker app or nothing. If you put OBS on your dadgum computer, you can broadcast on every dadgum channel you want at the same time. And that's the only way you can broadcast on the D Live. That's why I haven't been on D Live, because I don't have a computer. I can't go to D Live and broadcast with my phone or tablet or even this laptop for some reason. Yeah, I need a desktop. I think I might have one. I got an old Hewlett Packard. The thing's got Windows 98 on it. I'm gonna tell you, that was one of the best Windows. It's got a photo editor in there that is unbelievable. Oh, bang, bang. Look, oh, how can I do this? I don't know how to, I don't know why it hadn't been put in the description, my Teespring and all. And that's another thing. Look, I know a channel, People's Last Stand, bought a coffee cup off my Teespring, bought 2 coffee cups off my Teespring store, and I've never seen any kind of money. But he's physically got them in his hand. He's held them up in front of his camera doing a live stream. And I haven't seen 1 cent. And then he's telling me, he's saying, "Hey, are you running a sale?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Well, I just got an ad for your Teespring store showing that you're offering 20% off." I haven't been able to get onto my Teespring manager anything, and he's getting discount codes mailed to him, and I haven't seen any money from selling the coffee mugs. I mean, what's wrong with this picture? And YouTube, oh, them efforts. Every time a commercial breaks in, it's get YouTube Premium so you don't get interrupted while you're watching your favorite show. Well, dadgum. If you're going to sit there and bust this video up with YouTube Premium commercials, I kind of see what you're doing. People getting tired of YouTube Premium commercials popping up when they're trying to watch a damn YouTube video every 5 minutes saying, "Hey, you don't like interruptions? Get the premium." If your dadgum advertisers would realize that y'all are pulling a scam on everybody and they just pull out advertising on your platform, period, YouTube, y'all to understand. Then there wouldn't be but one commercial on YouTube, and it would be get YouTube Premium. So you don't get commercial interruptions. That would be the only commercial left. See the connection? I mean, it's like what would you call it? Kind of like blackmail or kidnapping. Hey, if you want your kid back, give us some money, and we'll, hey, if you don't want to interrupt it, give us some money, and we'll stop interrupting you. Because if the advertisers would understand that YouTube is making more money off of selling the premium because they keep busting the videos with the daggum YouTube premium commercial, they would pull out. They'd say, "Screw you, YouTube. Run your own YouTube's premium commercial." Then it'll show. It'd be obvious. And then they changed the agreements to where any video can get a commercial put on it. I've watched my videos, man, sit there. I had one video, that thing went dook, dook, dook. It was going up. It got up to 400 and it got up to 500. I mean, that thing was climbing. I'm talking about 500 in less than a day. And all of a sudden, dook, it just stopped and just sat there. And it didn't go any further. I'm like, look at that. Them jokers saw views climbing and sat there and capped it off. Oh man. But yeah, let me get off of here, y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Bang bang. Brendan, Deb, Mike, you're still out there. I didn't see you come in. What is that? Yachtiza? I can say Robinson. I just can't read through this crack daggum thing. Hell, it's not even letting me scroll back hardly. What's up with this? Oh, did you put it? I don't do emails and stuff. I really don't. I learned my lesson a long time ago about really getting in I mean, it took me a month to sit there and finally get up the nerve to sit there and try to contact G Willie, and then I get nothing in response. Then '07 Spalding, that joker. We used to talk back and forth on Hangouts. Now he acts like, I don't know. He's the super captain. I don't know. But I don't need to talk to him anymore either. Cause, I don't get it. Well, I ain't trying to talk about anybody, but I just don't get it. You act like you're the captain and the leader, but yet you're so distraught over the big channels not being there anymore. And I look at it like this: those big channels ain't around anymore because they're full of poo poo. People started seeing through their stuff, you know. My channel's still here after all these strikes and everything. I'm still here. I'm still the same person that started this channel. Nothing's changed. Yeah. I don't know, guys. Man, I checked into a post office box number like 10 years ago. They want every kind of ID possible, the name of your parents and their parents, and hold your firstborn hostage to get a daggone P.O. box. That's what, look, I've been out of the system. I'm up till recently, I didn't have my real name on my phones. That's why I don't show my face. That's why I hide my eyes, because I don't need the retina reader sitting there, pinpointing me. Y'all just don't realize what kind of war we're at. Everybody's fighting the devil, and the devil's right here. I'm talking into it right now. But you can use the tools against him, his tools against them, or it. It's not a, who knows what. Evil. And that's why this channel's so suppressed. Bang bang, I can't. I'm on my tablet. I can't get out of this thing. I don't know where it's at anyhow. I'm serious. I have no idea. And I don't know why it's not under description, because my description used to sit there and have the copyright law and all this, that, and other, and had my daggum Twitter, how you can get in touch with me at Twitter and everywhere. And I just realized it's not in the description anymore. I didn't take it out. I don't know why it's not in. So I'm gonna have to find the old video and reset that stuff up. I don't know. But yeah. Well, look, next live I do, I'll have it in there somewhere if y'all want to. I appreciate it. But yeah, if I did have a desktop, right. So I got the monitor, keyboard, mouse. I got everything. Just they keep, I don't know what they're doing, backfeeding into the computer or whatever, but they're blowing up my computers, man. The last one they blew up, I was live when it went out. And ever since then, I've been on this laptop, the tablet, and then my other phone. It got to where I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go to YouTube on it. Then my tablet started not going to YouTube. So then I had to go get the new phone I got. And this is where I'm at. I'm on my tablet now because my new phone's a hotspot. But yeah, y'all, let me get on out of here. And I appreciate y'all coming by. And like I said, if I do another live, I'll put the PayPal in there if y'all want. But you don't have to. I ain't asking. If you do, I appreciate it. But I'm not. I don't think I've ever asked for anything on here other than please look at what I'm showing you. That's about it. Look at what I'm showing. Don't listen to what I'm telling you. Just look at what I'm showing you. Well, now you gotta listen to what I'm telling you. Y'all know what I mean. All right, bang. But yeah, let me get off here. Like I said, I'm probably, instead of making videos here, I'm gonna be setting up stuff like a projector do. I need to make something push light through and make it go through these lens things, these dragon eyes, whatever you want to call them. And that's what I'm fixing to do. I've got a 20-watt LED light I used to use through my motorized bicycle. Those things are brighter than fog lights. And some of these need a lot of, you know what I found out though? The more pure ones, the more white ones, don't hardly have anything in them. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. Let me get on out of here. Y'all stay safe out there now. But yeah. Until next time, I'll holler at y'all later. Thanks, everybody.